Hey, what is going on, everyone? I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to create this video to share with you my insights on some value add stock plays that I feel can add so much value to your investment portfolio. But before I begin, I'd like to inform you that all of the information I'll be sharing with you should be used as guidance information only, and anytime when you do consider making an investment, please make sure to do your research. Well, that was Kobe, by the way. I just let him go because he gets a little antsy when I carry him. Now, the first ticker I wanted to share with you is IBIO. This is a plant-based contract manufacturing vaccine developer that's based out in Byron, Texas. In fact, it has a facility about the size of 130,000 square feet, and it's also hiring about more than 30 positions right now. So for example, there's a director of engineering position right now where it's trying to establish its process for manufacturing. We know there's positions for purchasing, there's positions for research and development, and we know that this company is working with the University of Texas, one of the largest institutions in Texas, where its manufacturing by growing plants is also involving Texas A&M. So that just tells you that this company in the long run can grow in future value. And we know that the chief financial officer, in fact, acquired a number of shares of IBIO. Why would someone at that level be acquiring shares if they feel like there's not much potential in this company? We know that Tom Isett had brought in a series of experienced board of directors onto this company. So we know that the finance, the clinical program has now been revamped with a robust product pipeline. For example, it has the IBIO 100 series for fibrosis. There's no cure for that. We know there's the IBIO 200, the 201 for the COVID-19 vaccine. And we know that it also has the IBIO 400 series that's actually in clinical trials right now intended for the swine flu. So even though we know that there's a series of vaccines right now that's commercially available through the emergency use authorization, that doesn't mean that there will be companies that will stop with manufacturing high quality products, because we know that, for example, the COVID-19 is not going away, and for those reasons we will need consistent, reliable, and high quality vaccines for many years to come, because we know that these viruses are mutating day by day and year over year. And the fact that this company has about 30 positions available right now to hire, that just tells you that this company is focused on trying to grow itself in the long run. And from a share price standpoint, where it's at currently, like at the low 130, 140, I personally feel that this share price can gain up to the $5 if held long term. So let's not lose sight of what IBIO can do for you, and the fact that Tom Isett does have experience coming from GE Healthcare, while other board of directors have come from like Pfizer, different large pharma groups. These people will establish economies of scale in this arena, especially in IBIO's culture. So that's why I'm a firm believer of IBIO, and I feel like it can grow in the long run. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is INO Pharmaceuticals. What's so unique about INO, right? Well, this company is working on 15 immunotherapy DNA vaccines right now, where it has one pre-approved vaccine right now that's currently in phase 3 clinical trials for cervical dysplasia, VGX-3100, and come very soon in this year we shall hear product approval of its product, and that will mean that the VGX-3100 can then be commercialized and sent all around the world. And in fact, we know that it has partnership with Quagen as well, and that just tells you that INO has a reputable product portfolio and is known to be a high quality company, and that's the type of stocks you want to look for. Even though the current share price is now in the single digit share price range, I firmly believe that it can go up to the $30 share price if held long term. We know that it's not only focused on the COVID-19 vaccine, but also having a wide range of different vaccines intended for various indications of use for all sorts of diseases. For example, Zika virus, the MERS, INO 4700, the INO 4800 for COVID-19. We know there's the cervical anal dysplasia, and all sorts of different vaccines. For example, also the glioblastoma, which has demonstrated safety and efficacy in phase 2 clinical trials, and most of its DNA vaccine program products have demonstrated safety and efficacy because they're actually in phase 2 clinical trials, most of the pre-approved products at this time. So it's just a matter of time. If and when FDA starts approving a large number of its products, then this company will start commercializing products, putting labels on its DNA products and shipping it all around the world. And we shall start hearing news on the INO 4800, at least on an international scale, where it will start being used all around the world, I would say. We know that phase 2 is underway, and we shall hear the acceptance into phase 3 clinical trials for its COVID-19 vaccine. And how I think about this is that even though there is commercially available vaccines at this time through the emergency use authorization, that won't stop companies in terms of developing high quality vaccines for COVID-19, because we know that there is going to be a large market share in the long run, and INO can take a huge market share from this whole vaccine development sector at this time. And we know that COVID-19 has only been around for less than a year, and it will continue in the long run. We shall hear more vaccines to come year over year up through the decade, I would say, because this type of virus won't be eliminated, but there will be controls in place to evolve the vaccine development to protect us. Now, that's why from a share price standpoint, where it's at right now, I think it's definitely undervalued, and that it can definitely bull run up to its prior resistance. So that will come when we least unexpect it to. And having Joseph Kim as the CEO, I firmly believe that he has prime time to come for this company, and that's why I'm holding on to my shares. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is Interscope Hearing Technologies by the ticker INND. Now, one of the greatest news that we heard is that its hearing aid app has been sent to the Apple Store as well as the Google App Store, and it's awaiting for approval of its app. So that's just a matter of days. And the fact that this company is an FDA Class 2 medical device intended to be used for patients dealing with hearing problems, I firmly believe that the demand will continue to grow with this company, and it can definitely become a $1 stock in the long run if held long term. We know that come March 31st of this year, it will be compliant with its financials by reporting its data to the SEC, and that will eliminate the stop sign on its OTC ticker. And the fact that today the share price had bull run up by like 50%, that just tells you that it's coming back from its downward trend where it went up to like 7 cents and got down to the 1 cent, and surprisingly today it bull run back up to the low 2 cents. I firmly believe if held long term, you can definitely gain on like 100x, 1000x with this company, because we know that hearing problems right now is only going to have a degree of exponentiality where patients need hearing aids. And the fact that it has a business strategy where it focuses business to consumer as well as business to business, where it can sell its products to Amazon as well as to Walmart, where you can purchase its product online. That just tells you that it's part of the e-commerce strategy, where e-commerce grows year over year by 30%. And with its CEO Matthew Moore, I firmly believe that he is providing so much transparency to the investors of INND, and that's why I like this company so much, not only for its product innovation, but also the way that its culture with sharing information to investors, so it removes the uncertainty. And we shall hear news from the FDA on the guidance for OTC hearing aids, so that shall come, and that can be an extra catalyst for this company. However, come with time, with the rollout of its kiosk all around the United States, that shall provide more exposure to people to test out their hearing, to evaluate their performance, to see whether they are adequate for using their product, and in the long run we shall see valuation in the share price for INND. It's similar to like Tesla. When it first began as a company, the first 3 years we didn't see the company grow. However, its share price was just flat. And to me right now, IND is undervalued from a share price standpoint, even though its business is growing substantially at a linear pace. I firmly believe that the share price will be reflected very soon, at least come this year of 2021. So let's not lose sight of this ticker, because it can definitely add value for your investment portfolio. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is SKYE Bioscience by the ticker SKYE. This is a San Diego biotechnology-based company that is leveraging cannabinoids, where it has a bioengineered patented product working with the University of Mississippi to develop a prodrug intended to be used for glaucoma. Specifically, it's THC VHS, currently in preclinical trials. It plans on launching clinical trials sometime in Q3 of this year, and we shall see a very fast cycle time getting through the clinical trials process, and that will take place in Australia, where humans will start taking the prodrug THC VHS to demonstrate safety, at least in phase 1, and then we shall hear phase 2, phase 3 kick off, and that's when the inflection point will occur, and we shall see significant investments from institutions, and that's when the inflection point for SKYE will come. We know that back in 2019 the share price was about 119 before the COVID-19 pandemic, and the fact that there's a new CEO in place, there's a rebranding of its company from Emerald Bioscience to SKYE Bioscience. I have no reason to believe that SKYE cannot achieve getting back to its prior resistance. It's just a matter of time when that will come. So that's why I have investments in SKYE Bioscience as well. And with its leadership team, it's nothing new here. It's not reinventing the wheel, right? Because with the leadership team, with Puneet Dillon leading this company, I firmly believe that shareholders of SKYE Bioscience will remain confident and have that trust and respect for what this company is working on. And for those reasons, the share price will catapult upward, along with an inflection point, at least right at the phase 2 clinical trials, where we'll start seeing the share price take off to like $3 to $12. So let's not lose sight of what SKYE can do for you. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is Single Point by the ticker SING. What's so unique about this company, right? Well, we know that the fact that energy is the name of the game right now, Single Point will start taking off, with its share price reaching about 7 cents and now getting back down to the 1 to 2 cents. I firmly believe that it's now at the very bottom from a share price standpoint. And for those reasons, if invested in this company at this time, let's say if you are an existing investor or a new investor, now's the time to get in at the bottom, because it can reach its prior resistance of like 7 cents. And if held long term, this can become a $1 stock. So can you imagine how much positive proceeds that is if you're investing in SING, a solar-based company where it has demonstrated increase in its financials, with doubling its revenue year over year, having an increased customer install base with solar panels being installed, and they're working with like 38 states right now and partnering up with one of the top leading real estates around the United States, and its main focus is to tap into 50 states within the United States. So year over year we just see continuous growth. It's just we don't see the share price reflected with Single Point at this time. And we know that there was a recent announcement that it's working with an air purification company, where it has plans to acquire that company to focus on being part of the COVID-19 solution to provide clean air technology, at least indoors, and that will allow for like students to go back to classrooms safely. And for those reasons, I believe that the purpose that Single Point is aligned to right now will attract shareholders, and for those reasons I have my money parked in Single Point. Now, from a share price standpoint, where it is right now, let's say if you were to get in currently, then I firmly believe it will not only reach its prior resistance from like 7 cents, you can gain like by 4x right there, but let's say if held long term, that can be a $1 stock, so you can gain significantly by like 50x. So that's one hot pick I'd like to share with you, single point. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is Healthier Choices Management by the ticker HCMC. Although we've seen the ticker drop down from its high point at like 0.005005, the share price today had gone up by like 20%, right? Now, this company also does have a lawsuit against Philip Morris because it has a number of patents with its vapor nicotine product that provides healthier alternatives than Philip Morris's products. And the fact that this company is a plaintiff against a large-scale company like Philip Morris, I firmly believe that there will be a settlement in place and it can gain money there. And we know the fact that this company has dozens of stores and also 2 large grocery stores that provides organic products. That just tells you that cash flow is coming in, and from a share price standpoint, valuation will continue to grow with HCMC. And we know that in the prior last 3 weeks, the share price has been tumbling down. However, getting in at the low at this time can definitely add so much value to your investment portfolios. I just wanted to share a hot pick with you where you can potentially gain on like 10x, 100x, and if held long term, this can potentially also be a $1 stock. So just take a look at that company and see what it can do for you. Now, the next ticker I wanted to share with you, wow, there's just so many tickers that I'm just sharing with you right now, is going to be SANP Mining, right? Although we've been hearing a large number of negative news with this company, even though the share price had gone up by like so much in the prior weeks and it's just taken a downward fall, today it gone up by like 100% in positive proceeds. So that just tells you that this company has value to add, and we know that it has N3 software technology based out in Vietnam, where it has full stack developers, Vietnamese engineers that's working on ways to develop the improvement of blockchain, and that will eliminate the whole centralized structure of like online purchasing. And for those reasons, it will add value to companies trying to evolve its business strategies, and that's why SANP Mining will potentially be a $1 stock in the future. And that's why I have my money parked in this company. Even though it went up by like 300% in positive proceeds, I didn't take profits and I just kept holding long term. And to me, I'm going to keep holding this company ticker because I don't want to gain on the small little sardine profits. I want to catch a big tuna in the long run. And just looking at where this company is at today, it gained by like over 100% positive proceeds. That tells you something, that with its initiatives with Cardano and its CEO that's trying to drive efficiencies and productivity of businesses all around the world, this company can have potential, but it may come with risk as well, right? I mean, when a company shoots up by 100%, it can't continue to do that all the time. However, just knowing that it shot all the way up by so much positive proceeds in terms of gains, it can catapult downward, which we have seen. However, it's at the bottom right now and it's barely picking up, and right at the bottom it's gaining 100% in positive proceeds. So that just tells you it can potentially get that V-shape back up and we can gain on significant proceeds there. The next ticker I wanted to share with you is Blue Sphere Corporation by the ticker BLSP. So although the SEC has halted this company, which is unfortunate news for all of us investors, right, where our money is stuck in this company, the good news is that there's uplifting information where this company is generating revenue from each plant site. In fact, there's a site in North Carolina, there's a site in Rhode Island, it also has plant sites around the world as well. But we know that within each individual plant, it's generating about $1 million, and that just tells you that this is an active company. It's just that it needs to report its financials and also pay the SEC as well as the OTC, and I firmly believe that that will come We know that it has a lawsuit against another company where it'll likely get a payout of $1 million. And there's also data where it has financials reported to the New York State. And this information can be publicly accessed, and that will eliminate the uncertainty with this company. And we shall see a response from BLSP come early March, sometime in March of week 1 or week 2, and the share will be enabled for trading again. And once it becomes enabled, there will likely be a probability of the share price being depressed down, or there can potentially be an uplift with the share price. That just all depends. However, the fact that we see this is an active company at this time, it has financials reported to the New York State, and it has a lawsuit against another company where it'll get payout by $1 million. I firmly believe that there's the uncertainty removed from this company. It's just that we need to hear from the SEC's response on the outcome, and this really right now will just be a crapshoot where we will see whether it'll be a benefit for shareholders or not. But at least if held long term, this company can go up to the $1 share price range, and that's why I'm just holding my money here and just letting it ride, because we know that in this current state right now, solar energy, clean energy, renewable energy is the name of the game right now. And there will likely be so many investments coming in these type of companies. So from a long-term standpoint, I feel like this can be a value add play. It's just that it got caught up with a suspension with the SEC, and once it gets uplifted, we can see a bull run potentially in the long run. And there's also like a Facebook group with like 25,000 members researching, supporting BLSP. So this company is gaining trust and respect from those who support this company. And when you look at its purpose, right, I mean, it's generating renewable energy from like waste. So it does live to our purpose by enabling a healthier and safer environment. So to me, I like investing in companies that have a true purpose and just view these little nuances as noisy data. So just wanted to give my takeaway with Blue Sphere Corporation, and I hope that this video added value in the sense that it gave you an update with these company stocks. So thank you so much for watching another episode here at All I See Is W, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you all. Goodbye.